biggest reason can be, not is, but can be, because they believe that you think just like they do. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If you're feeling really good about something, you've just got a promotion in work, you got a bonus, you won something on the lottery, or you just bought a new car, you're feeling good about something. Not only does that trigger their envy and their jealousy, not only does they feel as if something is being taken from them, but what they might assume is that all you're doing is bragging, because that's what they do. It's commonly known as, call it projection. And projection is not just blaming other people for the things they do themselves. There's a bit more to it than that. It's looking at the reasons why they blame other people for doing the things they do, because they assume that other people think like them. So if you're feeling really good, you must be exaggerating something. You are being competitive. You're being hyper competitive. You're trying to take something away from them. If you're feeling bad about something, if you're feeling low, if you're struggling with something, then you must be exaggerating, because that's what they do. Whatever it is, isn't that bad. And if it's not that bad, it must be your fault anyway. Why are you asking them? Why are you telling them about it? All you want from them is sympathy. They assume that you're doing what they do. Sometimes, if you don't do what they say, give them what they want, they will lash out with, you don't care. You just don't care. Again, there's another accusation. Remember the lack of empathy. If it isn't on their radar, they struggle. What does that even mean? Why would I even care about that? That's nothing to do with me. So in other words, they don't care. Okay. So when they're accusing you of not caring, it's because they are viewing you the way they view themselves, the way they really are themselves. If you think of how they can be really nice and friendly and overly accommodating to other people, well, when you're doing that, when you're being even just nice and friendly, whatever, you're just being courteous, they assume that that's what you're doing. Imagine you have a friend and your friend is in a terrible accident, they end up in hospital or whatever, and you come home and you tell them, oh, terrible thing happened, Dave has hurt himself, he's in hospital. And they might say something like, oh, well, I hope he feels better soon, that's awful, what was it happened, So kind of like a superficial interest, if you know what I mean. Not really interested. They don't fully understand why you're worried. Now, it doesn't matter that maybe you've known Dave since you were at school. It doesn't matter that you might be best friends or something, or, that's not on their radar, because Dave doesn't mean a lot to them. They might like Dave, but Dave, other than that, Dave doesn't really mean a lot to them. And they don't get, again, the lack of empathy. They don't get why you would be concerned. Even if you say, well, myself and others were going to visit Dave tonight. He's still in hospital. We're going to see him. I think he'd be, glad of the company or whatever. Narcissistic person might not get that, because again, this person Dave, well, okay, but he's not on life support. He's going to get out soon anyway. Why are you bothering? That narcissistic person might assume that you're going to see Dave either because there's ulterior motives. You could, fancy Dave or something. I don't know. You might not be going to see Dave at all. You might be going to see someone else. You're using Dave as an excuse. There could be a lot of different things going on, because that's how their mind works. And they're assuming that you think the same way.